Here we go. Okay, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Witches of the Moon. And this week we're talking about indoor rituals versus outdoor rituals. And you can see Grizz is chilling in the video for this one. Okay, so let's get right into it. I hope everybody's having a beautiful week. If not, the week ain't over. You can always change the week around. But okay, indoor rituals versus outdoor rituals. My preference, I don't want that on the shirt. My preference is a little bit of both. Like I like it when you could be outdoor but indoor. That makes sense. I mean, I love going to the beach and doing things there, but even then, you got to make sure you're there at certain times. You got to know the tide. It's a lot that goes into that. But I like when you're outdoor but indoor. So like you're outdoor in your backyard, but you're inside your fence, or you're out on your balcony. So you're actually technically outdoors, but you're still inside because you're on your balcony, and you, if you're lucky, you have the little netting up so flies and stuff can't get in and bother you or whatever. Hey, the blinds are closed. What are you looking at?
I'm thinking.
Oh, so I'm like, the blinds are closed. I don't know what you're looking at over there. But that's pretty much how I feel on indoor versus outdoor. When you're indoors, I feel as though you can do a whole lot more in secrecy and in private. But I also feel like you're limited on that connection with nature. You have to work more on meditating and creating the space. Whereas if you're outdoors, I feel as though the space is already there waiting on you. And you can feel just the connection in the air and the breeze. If you're by the water, the smell of the water, it just, well, y'all know I'm a water baby, so the smell of the water just does something to me. Uh, Other than that, outdoors, while you, like I said, to me, you have a better connection. You have to look for that privacy, or be will. And by look for that privacy, I don't always mean that somebody may interrupt you, but they may interrupt you. You have 1,001 questions, or depending on where you at, you may get stopped by the authorities because they're going to question what you're doing, especially if you're burying something. If you're in a park or something and you're burying it, of course the park rangers are going to go, "What are you doing? What is this that you're burying?" If you're lighting candles, if you're not on campgrounds, or like on or beach grounds or places you're able to grill, then they do have the ability to come and question you about which what you're doing, and that interrupts the whole sacred flow. Also outdoors, you do have more places. You do have, I mean, you have to look for the places, but you do have more places to bury things. However, you may have to remember where you buried it. Whereas at home, you can throw it in the trash if it's something to be thrown away, or if you have a plant, put it in the plant, put it in the jar. Um, One of my favorite things to do is make a dial for it. So I don't know how you feel, because to me it's like one's not better than the other. They both have their pros and cons. It's just like a personal preference. I prefer outdoor, indoor. Like I said, balcony, backyard, those things I prefer. Um, but again, I do go to the beach and do stuff on the beach because I'm a water baby. It's just something I have to do. But I also don't have a problem with doing things at home, especially if it's a ritual where I prefer, most of my rituals I prefer to be scad clad for in my boring suit. So if I'm home, once everybody is asleep, before everybody wake up, not worrying about this one, I'm talking about kids. While they're asleep before they wake up, I can do what I want to do and don't have to worry about anything. But how do you feel about that?
Um, I was thinking more or less indoor.
Okay.
Um,
You might want to speak up just a little bit.
I was thinking more or less indoor because maybe um, I like privacy. I mean, I like to do things in private, of course.
I think it's talking about sex magic, y'all. But okay.
But yeah, yeah, I like indoor mostly, but I mean, outdoor you do get the vibe of being outside. If the grass or even if you do rituals in the rain, like I
We all love to play in rain.
yeah,
We all like to
yeah,
play in rain. As long as
yeah,
it's not thunder and lightning, we will go outside and run around and act like fools in the rain.
right.
But you brought up, you made me think of something as far as like doing candle magic. Personally, I would rather do candle magic outside because when you're going outside to do the now, if this is a catch-22, because when you're going outside to do the ritual, you know you're going to bring an appropriate candle because you know you're going to stay there until the candle burn. You're not going to be outside, which I will hope you would not light a candle outside and then just walk away. I will think that you will be there, the whole time the candle's burning. So you're going to bring an appropriate candle to know that whether it's going to stay lit for an hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever, you know that you have set aside this time. Now, a lot of times when we're doing rituals and stuff at home, we'll use a 7-day candle, and when the ritual's over, we'll leave the candle lit and we'll walk away. And with fire safety, we're really not supposed to be doing that. A lot of us in the community are very lackadaisical when it comes to that because we do it so often. However, for safety reasons, I think it is better to do rituals outside, the fire rituals with candles outside, because it makes you more conscious of you don't want to start a fire in that area. You're gonna make sure you're gonna look for a very either you're gonna look for a very moist area so that nothing can't catch fire, or what I like to do is if I'm doing a ritual with in the grass or something, I make sure where the candle's gonna be, that grass is soaking wet, or I try to find as many rocks or some concrete that I can set the candle on, or some sand or something that I could pour in that area, so that when I set the candle there, if the wind blow crazy or whatever, if the candle gets knocked over, I know for a fact the fire's not going to start, plus I'm right there. But in home, I would say I'm also like lackadaisical where once that thing is done, the candle's still lit, I'll walk away and go to the other room. And it is a very bad habit to have. So on that, I think I prefer outdoor too. You can always blow out the candle once it's done, which is also something you should be doing, depending on the ritual. But let's be honest, how many of us actually do that? We don't. We just go, or we'll sit in the same room with the candle, but we're not really focused, paying attention. We start watching TV, we start reading a book, we get zoned into that world, start cooking, be on the phone, do other stuff, and we're not really paying attention. And we'll normally have the candle on our altar, and most of us know that our altars are always cluttered, especially when we're doing rituals and spells. Our altars are not that pretty, modern, very clean-cut altars. It's full of everything, okay? Everything.
Yeah.
So just as far as safety reasons, I think outdoors may be a little bit better, or at least for me, because I know when I get into the zone, it's all chaotic. And it's weird for me to be a Virgo, how messy I can be when I get into my zone. Everything is every freaking where, and it's going to stay there until I'm done. It's going to stay that way until I'm done. It may be 3-4 days before I'm done. But for safety reasons, for fire safety, that's not really not. No. I really think that's it though. Like as far as I like I said, I prefer outdoor indoor. I like the best of both worlds. I do like the beach though. As far as burying stuff, I will bury stuff at the beach only because I know I would bury stuff at the beach, but because I know depending on when I bury it, the tide is going to take it out to wherever it needs to go. Depending on what it is, I don't bury glass at the beach at all. The sand shifts too much. Little kids on there, I don't bury any glass or anything harmful at the beach, and you really shouldn't be doing that. If you have access to rivers and waters and stuff like that, glass and things that could be harmful, or plants that's a little bit irritating to the, is good for the ritual, but maybe irritating to the skin or poisonous to the human body, you shouldn't be burying that in an area that's the terrain, I guess is what I'm looking for, changes often and drifts out into the water. Yeah. But other than that, I guess that's it. Yeah, so don't forget to comment. My head itch, y'all. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to watch everybody's channels. If you haven't subscribed, what the hell are you doing with your life? You know you done binge watch these videos. You damn sure binge watch mine, okay? And a few others. So you might as well subscribe so you can be one of the first people to see these videos. And
ring that
bell. Ring that bell. I don't think we have a bell. The bell, is that the subscribe bell?
Yeah, subscribe bell. Control videos.
I thought that was the joint. Whatever. Do what he said, okay? Don't forget to stay blessed to be a blessing, and we'll see you all next week. Peace.